Okay, hello folks. So what I'm going to do today is talk through my experience of using the X-Pro 3 with two Fuji flash units, the cheap and cheerful EF-X8 unit and its bigger sibling, the EF-X20. I bought this a few years ago. It may no longer be available new. It's difficult to tell because of supply issues, but I struggled to get this unit too just recently. This literally arrived just a couple of days ago. So I guess that this is also maybe discontinued. But anyway, both are nice units. I particularly recommend this one for convenience. If you have a Fujifilm camera that does not have a built-in flash, then this is extremely handy. The X-Pro obviously does not have a flash unit built in. And one of the things you lose by not having that flash unit is the ability for this camera to wirelessly control another flash unit. So one of the reasons that I got this little EFX unit, the EFX8, is to have a little portable off-camera flash setup that I can easily carry without lugging around some heavyweight flash units. Getting these two to work together has been a little bit of a journey. So what I'm going to do is just talk through how I've set them up and what I've learned. So let's take a look at this first. This little beauty, right? So it just snaps in on the top. Will not function if it isn't open. As you can see, no dials. So any modifications to the functionality of this flash unit has to be done in the camera menu system. It takes its charge from the camera. It doesn't need batteries, which is convenient, but obviously the lack of dials is less convenient. This unit works either as a flash or a flash and a commander, and that was one of the main things that I was interested in, and we'll get to that in a moment. Let's have a look at the other unit. I bought this used, barely used, for more actually than it was listed on Amazon, but the stock levels are so low. As I say, I don't know whether this is discontinued or not. It should be $39.99 on US. I ended up paying someone $50 for one that was hardly used. This other unit, as I say, I've had it for a few years. This is obviously a lot more sophisticated. It has a dial on the top for managing TTL and manual, I don't even know what this is called, manual, the amount of light you want to add to a scene, a test button, on-off button here. On the bottom, it's got a 3-position switch. This is critically important. If you're going to use it on the camera on its own, put it in X. If you're going to use it as an off-camera unit, put it in P. This unit comes with a little carrying bag, a little foot, so that if you do put it off camera, it will just snap on the bottom like that, and it will just sit. So when you switch it on, green light, the orange light will come on. This, so the test button here will start to flash orange when the flash is ready. The older the batteries are, the longer it takes, and it can take quite a little bit of time if the batteries are fairly old, so watch out for that. I've been caught out on a couple of occasions when I first started to use this unit because I thought that it was broken. It was just taking its time to charge up because the batteries were a little bit depleted. This is obviously a test button. I'm trying not to blind myself. And switch it off. Fortunately, this unit does run from little AA's, gets through them a little bit as well. It's 50 to 90 shots I've read per pair of AA's. It also has a little diffuser unit here for just softening the flash. I generally speaking try to remember to have that down, as in engaged. Or is it up? So that's this unit. So to get these two to work together, this is what you do. And the tricky part, it took me a while to discover what to do, is there needs to be some configuration in the camera menu in order to get these two to work as a master and a slave. So as I say, critical to make sure that this little 3-position switch is in N mode for off camera. This goes on top. Has to be up to fire and also to act as a trigger for the off camera unit. I'll try and show you the menu, which is the important part. Okay, so if you go to the flash menu, the flash submenu in the camera, when you put the EFX8 on top, you get some menu options. But notice how commander setting, is grayed out. That initially confused me because I wanted to use this as a commander for the EFX20, but the option was grayed out. And it took me quite a while to work out exactly what you're supposed to do here. But in fact, you need to go into the flash function setting, and there is a flash commander option in that submenu, which is where the magic happens. So let's change that now. So you'll notice, hopefully you'll be able to see this, perhaps not, but I'll talk you through. So right now it's off, that's TTL, manual, and there is flash commander. It's like a little flash symbol with a C underneath it. You have to have that engaged in order for it to trigger the other flash, but that's all you have to do. Now when you trigger the flash, the off-camera flash, this other unit will fire as well. I've not been able to find any way to actually switch this other unit off or to dial down the settings for this other unit, so you're going to have to live with that. As you'll see in a minute, both this unit and this unit, when this is in off-camera mode, is always going to flash together. If you're just using the EFX8, then, as I mentioned earlier, all of the configuration must be done through this menu. So if you want to run it in TTL or manual, you have to do it through here. And those are the key things to kind of take into account, I think. So remember, N on here, commander mode in the menu, in the camera menu, submenu. That should be everything. You can only run this in manual mode, not TTL when it's off camera. That's my understanding, at least. Let's try it, see if it works. Fingers crossed. So we'll switch it on. Green light. Orange light soon, hopefully. Put its little foot on for good measure while it's charging. We wait, stare out the window. I look around at the kitchen. I'm leaving soon because we're moving house. There we go. Little test light. All right, so we're ready to rock. I'm going to have to look at this. I don't think you'll be able to see very well on the screen whether these are flashed together or not, so you just have to take my word for it. Yeah, they're both gone. Okay. So that's how you use the EFX20 on a camera, Fuji camera, without a built-in flash, using the EF-X8 as a trigger for the off-camera unit. And there you have it. Only took me about 5 hours to work that out. So hopefully that was helpful. If you've got questions, ask. Otherwise, have a great day. See ya.